Find your voice. Let me help you find your voice.
Welcome to the I Dream of Speaking podcast. I am your host, Ramona J. Smith, 2018 World Champion of Public Speaking, and I am here to help you find your voice so that you can shine brighter, dream bigger, and speak louder. The I Dream of Speaking podcast is all about mastering the art of public speaking, sharing our dreams and aspirations as speakers, and living confidently so that we can feel good both on and off the stage. Today's episode is all about ways to open your imagination and have more fun with exploring your uniqueness as a speaker, and about not giving up after a speaking disappointment. It's about building resilience as a speaker and seeking out a multitude of speaking opportunities instead of putting all your eggs in one basket when you want to become a well-known and well-sought-after speaker. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next episode. This is episode 10. If you have not looked at episodes 1 through 9, go back to our YouTube channel, go back to our Podbean channel, and listen and watch episodes 1 through 9. This is episode 10. Woohoo! I think this concludes season 1. So thank you to all of you who have been rocking with us, who have been supporting us, and who have been giving us tips and suggestions as to how to make this podcast more enjoyable for our listeners and our viewers. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, drop a comment with those tips, suggestions, and love down below, and share this. If you know someone in your circle who wants to be a better speaker, share this podcast with him or her, them or they. Follow me on Instagram at Ramona J. Smith 1. Follow me on Facebook and LinkedIn, Ramona Smith. And make sure you join our Speakers United Facebook group. Check out my website, ramonajsmith.com, and send me an email if you want to connect. My email address is ispeak@ramonajsmith.com. Before we get into this episode, I have to acknowledge the creators of that theme song that you hear at the beginning of every single podcast, the I Dream of Speaking theme song. Today, I have a special treat for you all, the listeners as well as the viewers. I'm going to let you hear the entire song because some of you have been like, look, we need a full version. Is it on Apple Music? Is it on Spotify? Where can we find it? I'm going to put it right here. Well, actually, TAC22 is going to put it right here after I finish this introduction so that you can jam to it at the gym, in your car, or when you're feeling low and just need a little pick-me-up or a little bit of motivation. I am so proud to say that the creators of this theme song are both from my hometown of Cleveland, Ohio. Man, Cleveland has so much talent, so many gems, so many hidden gems, so many diamonds in the rough, and I have been blessed to work with two amazingly talented artists from Cleveland, Ohio, the city where I come from. That beat that you hear, the ridiculously addictive, just soulful beat that you hear, was produced by Tara Lee of V1 Beats. She has produced songs for so many legends in the music industry, including Missy Elliott, MGK, the list goes on and on and on. And then the artist that you hear rapping is Kev P. Now, Kev P is a Christian rapper and a lyrical phenomenon. So you put those two together and you knew it was just going to be boombastic. That's the only word that I could figure out how to describe it. It's just, just, I don't even know how to describe how just, it just makes you want to speak in tongues a little bit. But listen to this song, jam to it, rock to it. You can find both of their social media information down in the description box. And if you like what you hear, be sure to follow them and download their music. Once again, that's Tara Lee with V1 Beats, and that is Kev P 216, both from Cleveland, Ohio. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and make sure you drop a comment down below if you do.
Your voice, voice, your voice, your voice, your voice.
Mickey Mouse.
Your voice, your voice, your voice, your voice, your voice. Your voice, your voice, your voice, your voice. Can I help you find your voice? Let me help you find your voice. Can I help you find your voice? Let me help you find your voice. Hey, blessed with a gift, here to uplift. This fit like a tailor, I'm moving too swift. I've been through the battles, I studied the wars, I fought through it all, and I'm still standing the course. I'm not perfect, believe that, but I showed I can lead that. I'm a world champion, baby, I bet I can breathe that way. I bet I can breathe that. I'm a world champion, baby, I bet I can breathe that. Look, I've been down and out, I had pocket droughts. I stayed up plenty nights trying to plan a route to success. Know your destiny is knocking at your doorstep. Yeah, it took a lot of prayer, faith, and some work prep. That's the prep words. I'm a certified speaker, check the network. But in order to be great, I was a guest first. Had to sharpen all my skills, this the research. Can I help you find your voice? Let me help you find your voice. Your voice, your voice, your voice, your voice. Can I help you find your voice? Your voice, your voice, your voice, your voice. Let me help you find your voice. Your voice, your voice, your voice, your voice, your voice. I can help you find your voice and fine-tune your vision. Ain't just here to talk about it, proved in competitions. Speaking all over the world, did you catch me in Sri Lanka, Oman, Dubai, Brazil, Malaysia? I'm fired up. Yeah, part of the resume. Global speaker, oops, getting ahead of me. Best speaker alive, best speaker alive, best speaker alive is what they're telling me. Plane ready, meet me in India, know the team with me. Know the team with me. Know the team with me. I knew this dream could go far. I went from the city of Cleveland to dinners up in Qatar. I am the platform. See, you're going against the best, so don't bring the norm. I'm in Saudi Arabia, just practicing form. Hit the red, I got a speaker, but ran in the morning. I'm the best speaker ever find your voice. Let me help you find your voice. Your voice, your voice, your voice, your voice. Can I help you find your voice? Your voice, your voice, your voice, your voice. Let me help you find your voice. Your voice, your voice, your voice, your voice, your voice.
Wow. If you are not feeling motivated after that, just go back and listen to it again. Just go back and listen to it again. He said, I'm a world champion, baby. I bet I can breathe that. Ah! Once again, music produced by V1 Beats, the artist rapping, and he also wrote the lyrics, written and performed by Kev P. Man, we often need that boost of motivation. Something as simple as a song can shift your mood and ease your mind if you've been feeling sad or frustrated, angry, helpless, hopeless, or even mistreated. Many of my clients and colleagues have been experiencing those exact emotions lately. Why? Because if you are a member of Toastmasters International, you know that we are in the thick of contest season. Yes, it is contest season in Toastmasters International, and thousands upon thousands upon thousands of Toastmasters members are competing in multiple speech contests. Some of the contests are the evaluation contest, there's a tall tales contest, there's the humorous speech contest, there's table topics as well. I may be missing one or two depending on your district or your club or your area. Yet, the mother of all speech contests is the International Speech Contest. The International Speech Contest is how you become the world champion of public speaking. You must win the International Speech Contest at several levels. That means you advance through the club, the area, the division, the district, regionals or quarterfinals, semifinals, and finally get on that finals stage. It is no easy feat, ladies and gentlemen. Yet every year, over 30,000 people, and now it may be even more, maybe 40,000 people aim for the title of World Champion of Public Speaking. There are some people who, I guess I would call them serial competitors, because they compete every single year and have for the past 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 12, 15, some people even 20 years. People really want to get that coveted title. And most of you know that in 2018, I was the one who outlasted those 30,000 plus people to become the 2018 World Champion of Public Speaking. It is not easy, my friends. I want to encourage everyone who has competed this year, everyone who has supported someone in this competition. I want to encourage you guys to not give up after the outcome of the speech contest is not what you anticipated. It is very hard to beat 30,000 plus people at anything, whether it be sports, whether it be a spelling bee. It is very challenging to beat thousands and thousands and thousands of people. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of time and practice and sacrifice and rehearsal, and for some people dollars, because they're investing in coaching and other programs to help them be more competitive and become better speakers. So for anyone who has competed this year or who has supported someone who is competing this year, kudos to you. Thank you so much. The contest would not be a contest without competitors, and just understand that the goal that you're aiming for is a very high goal to accomplish. Not saying that you won't, not saying that you never will. Just understand that it is extremely challenging. It is extremely challenging to go about winning this world championship of public speaking. Honestly, I feel like some people think that it's easy because somebody like me won. I was a teacher. I am just a regular girl from Cleveland, Ohio. And when you make things look easy, a lot of people think that, oh, if she can do it and she's calm and she was just a teacher, I can do it too. And I'm not saying that you cannot, but a lot of times we don't see the behind the scenes work. We don't understand the dynamics of the person outside of their profession. There's a lot of things we don't consider when we see what people do and they show up in that gift and in that talent, and it just looks easy. I think about LeBron James and how he can dunk that basketball and make it look like he's tying his shoe. It's effortless. I can't even touch the rim. But sometimes when I see him do those amazing dunks, I'm like, oh, I bet you I could do that. Yeah, it's a little bit more that goes into it than that. And then some people honestly just get lucky. I feel like there's a lot of skill, but sometimes luck does play a small role in just continuing to ascend, and maybe it was just one small competitive edge that the other person had. Who knows? All I know is that a lot of the people who have competed this year, and right now we're at the district level, and the outcome was not what they wanted, it's a lot of frustration. And it's like this every year. It's a lot of frustration. It's a lot of misunderstandings. A lot of people are confused. Why didn't I win? My speech was better than his or hers. I really prepared. I know I worked harder than anybody. I just felt it in my core that I was supposed to win. Maybe some people think they were cheated. There's a lot of mixed emotions, most of them on a lower vibration, because nobody likes to go through the cycle of learning how to be better. I don't want to call it a loss or a failure. However, it is a competition. It is a competition. So if you didn't win, what's the opposite of win? But don't let it take away from who you are as a speaker. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today. So the first thing I want you to understand is it is no easy feat to beat 30,000 people at anything. And the people who do make it to that stage, I know they are very talented and very skilled, but it does not mean that it was easy for them to get there. So that's the first thing. That's a really hard goal to accomplish, even in a lifetime. It is very hard to beat 30,000 people at anything. The second point, and this may be the most important, Toastmasters is a way, not the way. Is it the only international speech contest I've ever heard of? Yes, but there are other avenues. There are other ways for you to be recognized as an amazing speaker. And let me be honest, if I would not have ever won the World Championship of Public Speaking, trust me, I would have found another way, another platform, another stage to show my gifts and my talents and my skills. Just because you do not win a trophy in a contest that was created by someone 100 years ago, it does not take away from your gifts and talents as a speaker. So number 2, Toastmasters is one way to become a well-known, well-sought-after speaker. It is not the way. Do you know that the majority of these amazing speakers that are speaking right now, they're not members of Toastmasters? Toastmasters is a way, it is not the way. Number 3, losing a contest does not mean you are a bad speaker. Losing a speech contest does not mean that you are a bad speaker. People are judging this contest. And I'm not saying that the judging is flawed by any means. People are people, and they can do the very best that they can as people to judge strictly according to the ballot. But sometimes that judgment will be a little bit subjective. It just it's human nature. It's who we are as humans. Just because you don't win a speech contest does not mean that you are a bad speaker. It just means that maybe a different speaker's message resonated stronger. It just means that maybe that day you weren't at your absolute best. You may not have been operating at a high level that day, or maybe it's just not your time. But it does not in any way, shape, or form mean that you are a bad speaker. Please don't take these losses personal. It's not a personal attack towards you. They're not trying to cheat you or anything like that. They're trying to be as fair as they possibly can, and they want the best speaker to win. And just because it wasn't you that day does not mean that you will never ever win another speech contest. It does not mean that nobody ever wants to hear you speak again. Try not to take it personally. So that's number 3. Just because you lose one speech contest, it does not mean that you are now a bad speaker. Number 4, you are not the only one who has suffered a loss. You are not the only one who has suffered a loss. You are not alone. I'm sure there are several Facebook groups of people who have competed in this speech contest, and maybe they were not successful, but they have a support group to share experiences, suggestions, tips. Maybe there are some coaches in that cohort. You never know. You're not alone. Find a support group, find someone to talk to, find someone to vent to, but do not hold a grudge against the judges, the contestants who you were competing against, or the organization as a whole. In 2015, I competed in the International Speech Contest. And that year, you could not tell me that I was not going to be the 2015 World Champion of Public Speaking. I had worked so hard. I was practicing my speech multiple times a day. I had practiced it with other people. I had practiced it on the phone. I had written it out. I had looked in the mirror and looked at myself. I had recorded myself. I had picked out my outfit. I knew I was going to win that year. Something in my heart just told me, you're going to be the world champion this year. I was confident. I was ready. And I got on that stage at the district level, because when you win at the district level, that's before you go up into now it's the regionals and the semifinals. That's when you really take off and you ascend, because you're one step closer to becoming the world champion of public speaking. This was the district contest. I had never competed before. It was my first time, and I kept winning and winning and winning. So I thought to myself, why wouldn't I win this time? I know I'm a great speaker. I know I have a great message. I'm going to win. I competed. I got on that stage. I gave my all. I had the audience engaged. They were clapping for me. They were smiling. I knew I had it in the bag. And when they said third place goes to, drumroll, Ramona J. Smith, I'm like, no. But I couldn't show that. I had to have some grace and some dignity. So I'm like, no, this is not how it's supposed to happen. Thank you. And I will never, ever forget that I lost to a lady named Kitty Brandall. And Kitty Brandall is a wonderful human, a great speaker, just amazing. But I took it personally. And I held a little bit of a grudge against Kitty Brandall for years. Because when she won, the room exploded. They were so happy. And I was so upset, because the same people who were rooting for me and telling me, yes, you're going to do it. You can do it. You got this. You're going to win. When she won, they were up on their feet. It was an uproar. And I'm like, you were supposed to have that energy for me, not Kitty Brandall. And I love you, Kitty. And I hope that you see this and you understand that you are one of my inspirations as a speaker. So thank you. I took it personally. I held a grudge against Toastmasters. I held a grudge against Kitty. And it wasn't until after I spoke to one of my mentors, one of my speaking gurus, one of my fellow Toastmasters, Mr. Larry Sapansky, that I realized I just had more learning to do. I had more learning to do. And I was able to go to the 2015 International Convention in Las Vegas, because I had never seen an international convention where the actual World Championship of Public Speaking takes place. I had never seen that in person. When I lost in 2015, I wanted to actually go and get the experience of the actual finals competition. And when I got there, it was almost pandemonium. It was crazy. The people were so excited. People stormed into the room as soon as the doors opened. People were trying to get their first front row seats, and they were saving seats for their whole district just to watch the best speakers in the Toastmasters world compete on that final stage. There were a lot of great speakers in 2015 in the finals, phenomenal speakers. But when I tell you, I knew Muhammad Khatani was going to get that trophy that year. When he fake lit that cigarette on stage, I lost it. That was genius. He was so smooth. And I had the pleasure of traveling and speaking on the same stage with Muhammad Khatani in 2022 at the Eshrakat celebration in Abu Dhabi. He's an amazing man, a valued speaker, a world champion that's truly a world champion, and I appreciate him. And I was able to see him in 2015, and he was just phenomenal. And when I saw that, and I saw the caliber of speakers that were on that stage, I knew that it wasn't my year. It wasn't my year. I wasn't ready. And as life went on, I practiced a little bit more. And of course, we know the story. I competed again in 2018, and I was blessed to win in 2018. What I'm saying is, a lot of people have tried to become the world champion of public speaking. There is a man, a fellow Toastmaster by the name of J.A. Gamache. He's French, and I do believe that he has competed more than anyone. I think he's made it past the district level maybe 13 or 14 times, and I think he's been to the finals maybe 11 times. It is not easy, ladies and gentlemen. So don't take it personal. Understand you're not alone. Know that it's something that a lot of people, unfortunately, will never experience. But as I mentioned, Toastmasters is a way, not the way. If you've experienced some loss this contest season, please don't give up. You may need to take a rest. You may need to take some time away. You may need to take some time to yourself to recoup and recalibrate and get yourself back motivated. But do not leave the organization because you did not win the speech contest. Do not swear off competing forever because you did not win the speech contest. Now, I did both of those things because I was so upset. But as I mentioned, once I saw that there's just some speakers who just have a lot of spunk that particular year. That's all I can call it, spunk or training or hunger. I'm not sure. But when I saw Muhammad Katani in 2015 and I realized he was here and I was there just because of the work that he had put in, I had a different respect for the world champions of public speaking. It's not easy, but don't give up. Get a coach. Many of the world champions, not just me, are coaches. I strongly recommend both Mark Brown and Darren LaCroix because they've been doing it for a very long time and they both are authoritative figures in Toastmasters and in the speaking industry. And both of them are also members of the National Speakers Association. Let's recap here. 1, it's hard to beat out 30,000 people at anything. 2, Toastmasters is a way, not the way, to become a legendary speaker. 3, losing a contest does not mean you're a bad speaker. 4, I can empathize, and many people can empathize because they've experienced loss in the contest as well. You're not alone. 5, do not give up. Do not quit. Number 6, there are other avenues to show your speaking skills. You can speak at Rotary clubs. You can also join the National Speakers Association. You can join a speakers bureau. Heck, there's social media. You can do this. You can create your own podcast. You can do a live. You can just create a channel where you're just teaching people how to speak or just having your content out there about whatever speech you want to give or whatever message you want to share. You can do Instagram live. You can do X now. It's not Twitter anymore. It's X. You can create your own speaking contest if you want to. Now you have to be patient because it's going to take time for you to build up the same momentum that Toastmasters has with its international speech contest because they've been doing it for almost 100 years. But you can build your own. You don't have to wait for Toastmasters to crown you as the world champion of public speaking. And you do not have to be a world champion of public speaking to be an outstanding speaker. I don't even know if Tony Robbins or Les Brown or Eric Thomas or Iyanla Van Zandt or Lisa Nichols or Wayne Dyer, I don't even know if any of those people were a part of Toastmasters. Don't know. I know none of them are world champions, but you still know their names. There are other ways for you to become a great speaker. And finally, I want to let you know that you have to build resilience. You have to build resilience in everything that you want to succeed at in life. And unfortunately, one great way to build resilience is through loss or failure. You have to outlast the pain. You have to keep going, have to get yourself up. You have to pick yourself up, keep pushing forward, and you have to learn from your past mistakes. If you haven't seen my 2018 winning speech, Still Standing, it's all about resilience, still standing after loss, after failure, after defeat. You have to get up, learn from those past mistakes, learn from those past fights, and get back in the ring. Don't let one small loss or one small failure stop you from becoming the great speaker, leader, amazing person that you are. I understand it sucks. I get it. I've been there. I was so upset. I was down in the dumps. I did feel like I wasn't good enough. I felt betrayed a little bit. I just didn't feel good about myself. But as I mentioned, when I saw the caliber of those other speakers, I said, wow, I still have some work to do. And so I did that work. I got back in the ring, and in 2018, I took the title that year. And hopefully, with some hard work, some humility, and lots of fun, one day you too will become a world champion if that's what you want to do. Y'all already know what time it is. It is time for my favorite part of the podcast. What that mouth do? What that mouth do? What that mouth do? What that mouth do? As speakers, our most important tool is our voice. It's your money maker, it's your everything. And sometimes we take it for granted. Since we aren't singers or voiceover artists, most speakers tend to neglect properly caring for the voice. Every week, we will discuss one new health tip to keep your mouth and voice healthy. What that mouth do? This week's WDMD comes from myclevelandclinic.org. It's all about oral hygiene best practices. Proper oral hygiene is essential for healthy teeth and gums. This includes daily brushing and flossing. In addition, you should see your dentist regularly for dental exams and cleanings. Preventative dentistry gives you the best chance for a beautiful smile and long-lasting oral health. Why is oral hygiene important? Oral hygiene is preventative care. This means you can stop oral health problems such as cavities, gum disease, bad breath, halitosis, and other issues before they start by taking good care of your teeth and gums. Oral health is also linked to whole body health. For example, if an infection is present in your mouth, your bloodstream can carry the bacteria to other areas of your body, leading to other health concerns like heart disease and stroke. Keeping your teeth and gums healthy is an important part of long-lasting overall health. That was this week's What That Mouth Do tip. Be sure to share this video, like, comment, and subscribe. Also, send me your What That Mouth Do tips for oral health and voice care. Follow me on Instagram at Ramona J. Smith 1. Visit my website, RamonaJSmith.com to stay connected. Make sure you go to Facebook and join our Speakers United group on Facebook. And make sure you subscribe right now if you have not already. I would love to come speak to your organizations, your clubs, your groups, your employees, your team members. I'll actually be in Tampa on May 4th, and that is the District 48 conference. I'll be the keynote there. Then I'll be the keynote the following weekend in Bellevue, Ohio at my hometown District 10's conference. Email me. I'm not hard to get in contact with. Email me at ispeak@RamonaJSmith.com for booking information. As always, it's been a pleasure sharing this time with you. And until next time, let me help you find your voice as we dream bigger, shine brighter, and speak louder. Thank you for tuning in to the I Dream of Speaking podcast, and we will see you next time.